First, I'm going to begin by writing out my points A, B, and C. A is Angels Rest Hospital, and it is located at the corner of East 3rd Street and North 7th Avenue. B is Barnes Memorial Hospital, and it is located at the corner of East 9th Street and North 9th Avenue. And C is Cornerstone Regional Hospital, and it is located at the corner of East 5th Street and North 1st Avenue. To find the midpoint of line AB, we're going to take 3 plus 9 and divide by 2, and 7 plus 9 and divide by 2, and you will end up with the point 6, 8. To find the midpoint of line BC, you're going to take 9 plus 5 and divide by 2, and take 9 plus 1 and divide by 2, which will give you the point 7, 5. And to find the midpoint of line AC, you'll take 3 plus 5 and divide by 2, and 7 plus 1 and divide by 2, which will give you the point 4, 4. Now we are going to find the gradients of each line. To find the gradient of line AB, you are going to subtract 7 from 9 and divide it by 9 minus 3, which will give you the gradient 1/3. For BC, we're going to take 1 minus 9 over 5 minus 9, which will give us the gradient 2. And for AC, we're going to take 1 minus 7 over 5 minus 3, which will give us the gradient -3. The next step is to find the perpendicular bisectors. To find the perpendicular bisector, you're going to find the opposite reciprocal of each of the gradients that you found in the previous step. For line AB, the perpendicular bisector is -3. For line BC, the perpendicular bisector is -1/2. And for AC, the perpendicular bisector is 1/3. Next, we are going to find the equations for each of the lines. First, we're going to start out with the equation for line AB. We're going to replace the x and y with the midpoint that we found in our previous steps. Now that we find the y-intercept, we can change it into standard form. In standard form, the answer is 3x plus y equals 26. Next, we are going to find the equation for line BC. First, we'll replace the x and y with the midpoint that we found for line BC. After we found the y-intercept, we're going to change it into standard form. And lastly, we're going to find the equation for line AC. First, you replace x and y with the midpoint for line AC. And then after solving for b to find the y-intercept, we're going to change it into standard form, which is x minus 3y equals Next, we are going to graph all our points and lines. I'm going to start out by graphing points A, B, and C at 3, 7, 9, 9, and 5, 1, respectively. Next, I am going to graph the midpoints for these lines. The midpoints are at points 6, 8, 7, 5, and 4, 4. Now I have graphed the point at which all the lines come together, which is point D. Point D is found at 7, 5. Now I'm going to start graphing the lines that we have found using the equations that we have made. First, I graphed line AB, and then next BC, and now I'm going to graph line AC. After we finish graphing our lines, we're going to start graphing the points from the collars. We're going to graph Frank, or point F, at 11, 4. Gina, or point G, at 12, 2. Henry, point H, at 6, 5. And Iris, point I, at 8, 4. And here is the finished graph.